Guys, welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European Time on the dollar. We do the show every day, Monday to Friday, because we gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything else. Of course, guys, yesterday we did have FOMC meeting that did go as kind of as expected. The last line is the most important line. I'm gonna show you the line that he said. Beside that, the dump that we had on the FOMC meeting, it was a pathetic dump, guys. It was really a pathetic dump. I was expecting more movement. I was expecting more volatility. We just came a little bit down. Right now we are bouncing again. There is an important line here that we need to break towards upside to see some kind of again movement towards upside, but we are still above this trend line over here and stuff like that, right? So the way I see it, everything still works. It's okay. The DXY is still looking bearish, so that's as much as we can say about that. How's everybody doing in the chat, guys? How's everybody doing in the chat? Alex, what's up? 100x short, let's go. 28.7. How high is 28.7? 28, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, man, that's nice. That's legendary. Very nice, Alex. Very nice. Very nice, 100x. Good morning, Dr. Carla. How you doing, man? Todd, R Fox, still chilling. R Fox. So I was seeing some, R Fox. I was seeing some R Fox. This Arbitrum, R Fox. Let's see the chart. Can we see the chart up here? Yeah. So I'm seeing some, shilling of R Fox. You can see R Fox previously was very high, but there has been a lot of shilling on R Fox. But they're shilling me R Fox up here. They're not shilling me R Fox down here. when we were down at the bottom. But when we came up to this top up here, 002, when it lost the zero, it went up 10x plus. That's when I get, oh, shill R Fox for me, because you need some kind of exit liquidity or something like that. It's probably my take on it, because this thing R Fox and stuff like that, right? It's I don't know. It kind of sounds a little bit scammy to me. But there has been a lot of shilling on, at least on my channel, for R Fox, and and I just feel like they're trying to get me to to be exit liquidity, not me, but everybody else to be exit liquidity for that stuff. The green is goblin. Tiela, we gotta know, man. Poker player on the dollar. On the dollar. Robert, morning y'all, morning, how you doing? Tired legs, dobro jutro. I need to cash out a local top for investment opportunity. With any luck, you will go back to retest 20k, and I'll buy back with profits. Need your analysis to see potential moves. There is always investment opportunity. If not today, there is one tomorrow. If not tomorrow, there is one in 1 week. If you miss one, there comes new one tomorrow. There is always an investment opportunity. No futures, which is always a plus. Nice. Sorry about that. Watch 25.2 level on the way down, if that is the top of the old range, Robert says. Friday sell-off, new moon will play out 100,000%. So we got a new moon on the chart, of course. Whether that's gonna play out or not depends. The best case scenario is it start over here somewhere. So the best case scenario when it comes to moon is that we close the moon. So we open the moon up here, but whatever happens down here or whatnot, the best case scenario is we open the moon higher than we started. And there's that. That's the best case scenario when it comes to moons. But the 20th of April, guys, watch the date. The date is important. 20th of April. This is the new moon with an eclipse. So make sure to watch the date. Watch the date. Good day, till I got along in 27.2 Bitcoin, holding it to 28. I like the bottom SP 500 and Bitcoin formed. Yeah, so everything dumped down a little bit, but like I said, it is a pathetic dump. Like, it did dump down very fast, and right now it's pulling back. So will we continue the dumpage? That's what we're gonna look at today. Trollfix, I do, man. Hornet says Hex. Yeah, Hex has been pumping like crazy, and I think actually right now that, you know, I thought that Hex might have reached some kind of top. It was curving, but then it just exploded towards the upside. So, you know, right now the way I see it, I even drew a very nice line up here on the Hex. Where is Hex? Up here somewhere. There we go. This is Hex. Let's just pull out my indicators up here. This is from BitChat up here. What you're gonna see here is very nice trend line over here on Hex over here. What you're gonna see, it's very nice trend line. So you see up here, it is increasing the speed. So if there is some kind of line over here, right, it was trending towards upside over here, give or take. It was trending towards upside, and right now it's breaking that towards upside. So this trend over here is, you know, it looks like it wanna increase the speed on the trend. So Hex is still, the way I see it, a buy. I mean, it doesn't show any you know, weakness, and it's doing, you know, 10-15% a day. The thing is crazy, guys. This thing is crazy. It might also have something to do with, you know, Pulse chain getting released, you know, soon. So there is that. First I've heard of RFox. The most Bitcoin thing to do would go up to 30k, then shoot down to 23k. I don't know about 30k. I think we can talk about a little bit about that. And this comes, you know, to some kind of, you know, psychological or manipulation level. Do we really go to 30k level, 31k level, where everybody, you know, is gonna short and then just dump down? Because there are still a lot of bears that did not buy the 30k level. There's still a lot of bears that did not buy the 30k level. So if you look at chart over here, right, so we are right now 27.5, 28, give or take. So here, you know, starts, you know, 31 to, I think it's 31 to 32 level up here in this box up here, give or take. So a lot of people are gonna try shorting these levels, give or take. It's just random lines, but I think I remember it's between 29 or 30 to 32, 33 level. A lot of people want to short this level, right? But there's also this thing where the bears down here that was still, you know, looking for shorts, they have still not bought in. They have still not FOMO'd in up here. So right now, even after this big pump up here towards downside, they still think this is gonna go down, and they still believe that it can go a little bit more up and then it's gonna go down, right? But I think the worst pain for the bears is gonna come if we break the, you know, 33k level up here towards upside and continue going towards upside, because then they have nothing left. You just broke 30 level, the, you know, 32 level that everybody have been watching. You have nothing left. The only thing you have left right now is FOMO in, right? So I think the FOMO in is gonna kick in above 30k or something like that, give or take, up here. So we're gonna see how that actually plays out. But I think, you know, when it comes to, you know, where is the most pain for the bears, because bears are, you know, right now in pain because they did not buy in. They're still, you know, trying to short. They're still looking for shorts. They're still looking for dumps. And if you go past, you know, 30k level, something like that, I think that's a point of no return where they actually need to get in, because you know, you got nothing else. Like, you sure you can talk about 40k levels and stuff like that, right? But by the time you cross 30k, they're gonna switch, you know, full on bullish, and then at you know, above 32 level, whatever that is, I think we might get, you know, reversal towards the downside. Now that doesn't mean that, you know, 30k levels is not gonna be the reversal up here or something like that, or even over here right now. But I'm saying, just, you know, looking at some kind of, you know, psychological moves, where would the level be? Like, if you were out of the market right now and you have been bearish since, you know, 15-16k, and price is going against you, right? And over here you think it's gonna dump, it did not. Over here you think it's gonna dump, it did not dump. And right now this is the, like, the last hope that, you know, it needs to dump over here, right? Because, you know, we are bears, we need to dump over here. And what if it doesn't dump over here? What if this doesn't happen, but it does this up here? Like, there is no other way. You gotta FOMO in. So I think that's where this stuff is gonna happen. COVID? Nah, it's not COVID. I'm just I'm just sick. It just happens, you know. And I'm not even sick. It just you know, a lot of, you know, this nose thing and stuff like that. Everything is fine. I've been working out too much. I've been eating like crap, and I've been sleeping like crap. So, you know, when your body goes down a little bit into, you know, this whatever you wanna call it, you know, it happens. So, you know, eat well, sleep well, and then there is no reason to get sick. April 20th is 420, no coincidence. We don't talk about that. I said once, you know, what I think about that, and I think it's just crap. I said at 19 it was going to 28, then 14, then 28. It just got hot 28, so now it's back down as my play and been a rough ride. Massive bull trap. Yeah, the biggest bull trap in history, guys. This is the biggest bull trap in history. Before lower lows. Drink well. Does eat bridge work? I don't know. Me too, eating just crisps and iced tea. Crypto Banter, Crypto Lifer were both sick for their streams yesterday. Must be something in ether. We know the date. We don't smoke the date. Exactly, Gort. Thank you. Thank you. Well said. We know the date. We don't smoke the exactly. We know the date. Okay, guys. Thanks for tuning in. That was the Bitcoin. Nah, just kidding. So we're gonna look at what's happening in Bitcoin up here. And guys, I still see nothing wrong in the chart. Like I said, this was a pathetic dump towards downside. It did not break the one of the most important lines up here. Now there is of course ways where you can actually adjust the lines up here a little bit and make it look like we never hit that level on the upside up here, right? But this line up here does seem to be a lot more interesting up here, give or take. Where is it? Something like this up here. You can see up here also these bottoms down here in the back. It does look like a very, very nice line, and I have no reason to believe that's any other way than this way, right? So the way we're seeing right now, we did break this uptrending line up here towards upside. We're still holding this for 1, 2, 3rd day up here. The dump down here did not crash us below the support. We hit the support and we are bouncing off of that, but we not go below the support. So you look here down here on the 4-hourly time frame, we went down a little bit down here, just like we thought we might actually do, and it was looking a little bit grim up here because it was going to this curvature up here. It went down. So right now that we did down, we can still continue going towards the downside. I'm not saying that this over here is finished. 2 seconds, guys. Sorry guys, it happens. Okay, so it was going sideways up here, and we saw that there might be probability for the downside up here. It tried to go up, right back down again. So there is this very nice trend line over here right now. Go something like this over here, give or take, over here, and right now we're coming to retest that. So if you want to see any kind of moves towards upside, 30k and stuff like that, this line needs to be broken first. This line needs to be broken first. So technically we are a little bit more right now on the bearish side over here, that this might actually continue towards downside, but on the small time frames. But if you do see any kind of breakup up here above the line up here, that means that the trend continuation is continuing up here, and we might actually have a very nice move. So you'll see everything explode if that actually happens. On the daily time frame, we are still just holding the support levels up here. We are in fact are curving a little bit towards downside over here. We might have create a new trend over here if you put like something like this over here. Right now this bottom might have been newly created up here, something like this up here. So if you see this line up here doing something like this and then breaking towards upside, that's a very, very strong strong move towards upside. On the other hand, more movement towards downside might come more movement towards downside might come if we break the support level down here, this white line over here. So we went down to this some kind of support over here. Right now we're bouncing off of that. So if you do break that over here on the downside, you also see that the daily trend line that we just drew there, that's gonna be breaking down as well. So you know, down here we might actually see more movement towards downside. But this, you know, this stamp up here was kind of priced in, and I was thinking actually about that today. You know, when they say that, you know, 0.25 is priced in, 0.5 is priced in, 0% is priced in. If something is priced in, then we should be able to look at the chart, and the 0.25 increase was actually priced in, and you can see up here, this chart up here was, you know, curving towards upside. So if the thing that we are gonna have is already priced in and the chart looks like this, then this move should be theoretically the right one. So next time, if we see something, you know, X is priced in, next time for next FOMC meeting, if you see, you know, that X is priced in and there is most probability to get that, and we see some kind of, you know, bullish chart or whatnot, right, breaking the trend, consolidating up here, looking very strong, and we know that something is priced in. So if this thing that's priced in comes, then this chart that's already priced in should continue in that direction, right? So there is that. So 0.25 is priced in. Now on the 4 hourly up here, we did break, you know, a little bit towards downside up here, going for a retest. So we're gonna see how this actually plays out. But on the daily time frame, I have still no problem with the chart. Everything looks nice and dandy. We are still above the, you know, the trend line up here on the daily time frame up here. Where is trend line? Still above the trend line. Still consolidating up there. We you know, waiting for the bounce and stuff like that, right? The daily looks good, the weekly looks very good. There is no problem with the weekly chart either. It looks very, very nice. We are above all moving averages. Then this is let's look at another chart up here. 10, 20, 50 and the 200 moving average. We're above all moving average. We're just consolidating up here a little bit. We are also on the weekly time frame up here above the line. As you can see, this trend line up here very, very nicely. This is also a rising trend line up here towards upside, or some kind of channel that we broke towards upside. So technically we are very bullish, guys. Unfortunately for the bears, we are very, very bullish, and we're gonna stick, you know, with our guns and continue being bullish until something changes. But we are not, we are not euphorically bullish. We are just, fearfully bullish. There's two types of being bullish. Fearfully bullish is when you are bullish, but you think there is a chance to go down. Like, it looks, it needs to do this and it. We are not hopefully bullish. We are fearfully bullish. And we are not, hopium bullish, because hopium bullish is when the price actually looks bad, but you are hoping it's gonna go up. Fearfully bullish is when the price looks good, but you read too much FUD and you think it's gonna go down. And then euphorically bullish is when the price looks good, but you forget about everything else, and then the dump is gonna come. So we are not euphorically bullish. We're not hopiumly bullish. We are fearfully bullish. So we hope we know that the chart looks good, we know everything looks nice, but we still got this little bit fear inside. What if it dumps? What if the bears are right? What if the bank or this guy or that guy says something? So there is always that, right? So I think there is still no reason to be in any kind of bearish mode. Even up here right now, it might be a nice short up here at the top, because this is a very clean retest of the line up here, right? This is the most cleanest retest on this 4-hour time frame. So if we are gonna have a bigger pullback down here right now towards downside up here without actually breaking this towards upside, this over here right now is as good as short as you can get right now on the 4-hourly, right? Garrett's always short. Well, he's been short for a long time. You're in fear. It's time to buy, I guess. No, I'm not in fear. I'm fearfully bullish. It's not like fear, like it was fear down. If you remember down here, there was a bunch of fear, and once I'm in fear, that happens, right? And then there was this trend line up here that as soon as we broke this trend line, we said it was this is a very strong bullish move, and after that it just exploded towards the upside, right? If you remember that, because over here I can actually show you that. If you go to maybe some kind of 1-hourly time frame, there are actually two lines that we are looking at down here, and there was of course the channel up here, but there was another line up here that we are looking at, that was this line up here, right? So this line actually created some kind of channel over here as well. And we are looking at this, right? And we saw the breakout and we saw the pullback down here, and we were saying, oh, this looks already very, very good because it's breaking the, you know, it's retesting the line. There is also in the Telegram, this is the same chart up here. So when you are breaking these, you know, rising channels towards upside, these are very, very, you know, very, very bullish moves. Now, I'm going to show you something on XRP. While we are talking about that, but look at this chart over here, guys. There is a rising channel, there is some kind of fake out in the middle up here, and then there is a pullback up here towards the support. Now look at the XRP chart. Where is the XRP chart? Over here. And we gotta zoom out a little bit on XRP chart. It's not on 4-hourly time frame, but see, we got a rising channel up here. Let's just remove everything and we're just gonna clean it, you know, and draw it just like this over here, the channel. So you got some kind of rising channel up here with a you know, middle fake out up here in the top, right? And you got a rising channel. So you did break out the channel towards upside over here, pull back, and right now you're trying to, you know, go a little bit higher up here. This pullback that went a little bit longer towards the downside might be because of, you know, some kind of trend over here towards downside or something like that. But as long as we, I think, stick around, you know, above this, you know, as long as we can stick above up here, you know, I still think that continuation for XRP might actually come. I think still that continuation for XRP might actually come. It doesn't look that bad. The chart doesn't look that bad at all when it comes to XRP, especially if you are breaking this, you know, this channel, and it's not very steep channel. I mean, it's not something like this that you're breaking towards upside. That means explosion immediately, but it is some kind of rising, you know, been rising trend up here. You got these higher lows and you got these higher highs up here, right beside this one, right, and then it's breaking towards upside. And the same thing happened, almost the same thing happened on Bitcoin, as we just saw when we just had this, you know, majestic, you know, big move towards upside. Where is it up here? Let's go to 5-minute time frame. 1 hour time frame, something like this, right? So the same thing up here happened almost down here, right? We had having this consolidation phase down here at the bottom, very nicely slope, you know, very nice slope, you know, movement towards the upside, broke that retest and explode towards the upside with this, you know, fake out up here at the top. So whether that's gonna be the case for XRP or not, you know, it kind of depends, but it does look okay. So Hex looks okay, XRP looks okay, but I don't think people are understanding this yet. So I don't see any kind of euphoria in the market just yet. I think euphoria in the market is gonna come after we hit above 30k or something like that, if that actually comes. So right now it might be just consolidation of this move. Will we move a little bit back here towards the downside over here, do some kind of double bottom down here, and then go towards upside? How this will actually play out, we do not know. The only thing we know right now is that this line up here over here needs to be broken towards the upside. At what point that will actually be broken, we don't know, but once it gets broken, we are mooning again, guys. We are mooning again. So there's that. So Bitcoin does look very, very nice. There is let's go to Twitter up here. Twitter, Benjamin Cohen. And on the FOMC meeting yesterday, there was this one line that Powell said at the end of the meeting. And this is basically sums up the FOMC meeting today. So let's hear what he has to say. Let's hear what he has to say. This is the last line on the FOMC meeting, and this is the most important line of the entire meeting. So listen to this.
I mentioned with rate cuts, rate cuts are not in our base case, you know, so that's all I have to say. So, thank you very much. I mentioned with rate cuts are not in our base case. I mentioned with rate cuts are not in our base case. I mentioned with rate cuts are not in our base case.
Rate cuts are not in our base case. So they are not even thinking about rate cuts, which is actually a good thing for us, because you want people to be fearful, you want people to be, you know, you want the economy to go down, you want people to not be willing to buy the dips. You know, you want people to think that, you know, it is bad for us, but, you know, markets don't care about these things. Markets buy when there is fear, markets sell when there is euphoria. It's just the way it is. So as long as we can keep the, you know, progressing with the fear in the market and, you know, having the bad economy, it's actually good for us. It's actually good. Just Elon lol. Do you think the mass XR spike the other day was from insiders having news about the case? No, I don't want to speculate on that. You know, we don't do fundamentals or, you know, speculations or anything like that over here on this channel. But the chart does look okay. So that's important thing to remember, is that, you know, the rate hikes are not in their base case. So it means that, you know, the rate hikes are going to continue going either by 0.25 or 0.5. Depends how much inflation is going up, but, you know, everything is still getting more expensive. If you guys want to talk, you know, have a little bit chat about will you trade ARB token? Yeah, that's the next thing I actually want to talk about. So we're going to talk about this over here. Arbitrum ARB is coming to Bybit, so I'm going to talk about that. But before we get to that point, TA for life. Mladen is, you know, has been, what do you call it? Say it. Doesn't matter. So let me just say a quick word about the economy and this inflation and stuff like that. Number one, inflation is still not going down. It's not gonna go down. They are spending, you know, governments are spending too much money and they are printing too much money, and those are two most important things for the inflation. And when you're doing these two things, the inflation will continue rising. You know, and again, the interest rates are below the inflation rate, which by some, you know, historical charts does show that, you know, this is when this is the case, the inflation keeps on rising. So inflation will keep rising, guys. There is zero doubt in my mind that inflation is keep rising. The other thing that people might have missed in the FOMC meeting is that he was talking about unemployment and work situation in US, right? So he said that the demand for you know, the demand for workers is higher than the supply. And I don't know how they do it, guys. I really don't know. Of course, they got always statistics to show. Yeah, if you look at this statistic, you'll see that there is a, you know, more demand for workers than there is demand for than there is supply. And of course, they show this imbalance. I don't know how they do this. Number one thing that you have to know about statistics is it can be manipulated in any way, shape, or form you want to give impression of whatever you want. I mean, this is the first thing you learn when you start studying statistics. This is like the first thing you understand, is that the numbers are just statistical data, but these numbers can be, you know, changed. You can just look at a certain parts, you can look at this part and that part, from here, from there, you know, you can make it look whatever you want to look. So when you have this mainstream media coming out with you know, this year went up 2%, this went up 50%, this went down 30%, this is good, this is bad, based on this, on this data, that data doesn't matter, guys. Data can be manipulated in any way, shape, or form. What I want to show you, I actually saw a tweet from somebody that was showing all these job offerings on these sites. And he was actually you know, applying to this job, and these jobs were actually not taking these companies were not actually taking in any people. And the reason for you know, for this is that you know, the big companies wants to, you know, look like they are hiring. They don't want to look weak, like, oh, we are not hiring, you know. They don't want to create panic or stuff like that for the company. They don't want their shareholders to think that they are doing badly. So they have all of these, you know, these ads out for jobs, but they are really not you know, hiring people. So the way they are looking for demand versus supply, for example, in these in this data, is they're looking at how many jobs are out there that are looking for workers, right? And of course, there is a lot of, you know, job offerings, but nobody's hiring. And this is also the case in Norway. In Norway, I was actually yesterday, if you remember, I had, you know, this meeting before we could actually start. And yesterday I was at this meeting, and I was talking to this guy from this company, and he said to me that his company is actually laying off workers because the company he's working for is having less, you know, to do, and they are laying off workers. And the thing they do is actually, you know, a lot of companies actually need their services, but the thing they actually do, they're actually laying off or have been laying off workers. And I noticed the same pattern everywhere in Norway. People are laying off workers. There's a mall not very far from over here. Usually 2 years ago, just before pandemic, it was, you know, all the stores were, you know, open. You know, the space was very hard to get. Right now, if you go to that mall, there is, I would guess, 10-15 locations where you can actually just come in and say, hey man, can I open a store here? Yeah, sure, why not? because there is so much room. I mean, nobody's opening, you know. And yesterday I think I was reading about, you know, more stores closing because the situation is just getting worse, just getting that much worse. So number one, the inflation is going up. The unemployment is going up through the roof. I don't care what numbers they're pushing, saying that it's low. It's not low. The unemployment is definitely 100% going up. But what kind of data they are using to show that unemployments are low, I don't know. What kind of data they're using to show that the demand is higher than the supply is bogus. It is definitely worse than it actually looks like. So the only thing we can conclude from this is that interest rates that are having right now, and they are rising, they're gonna have to speed up the increase in the interest rates, and that is when you know the shit is gonna hit the fan, right? So at one point it will hit the fan, but it's not just yet. Just like interest rates when it was zero, it has nowhere else to go but up, right? So there is that. And the last thing I want to talk about is the Arbitrum. This is coming soon on Bybit, so if you want to trade it on Bybit, right, there is a link down below, you know. And the thing about Arbitrum is that I actually haven't been talking about Arbitrum at all. They just had a airdrop. To who and to how, I don't know. I don't even know. This is a layer 2 protocol, and I don't know what it does. I really don't know, but I've seen a lot of talk about it on Twitter, and I tried to look for the charts, and I can't find the charts of Arbitrum. I can't find the charts of Arbitrum. Let's see, Dex, maybe it's on Dex Guru. I can't find the charts on Arbitrum. RB. There's something called RB. Is RB Arbitrum? I don't know. It doesn't seem that it is. True. RB. I don't think this is the one. And then if you go to CoinCap on Arbitrum, this is the ARB, this is the blue, you know, stuff up here. It doesn't have any data. Arbitrum. If you go to up here, IOUs, I don't know, is this the chart of Arbitrum? I don't know if this is the chart. It's 6.1 right now. IOUs, maybe they're gonna change these IOUs to the real Arbitrum. I don't know. But I think it's very fascinating that, you know, you cannot find the chart of Arbitrum because maybe it's not been trading that long. But Bybit right now is gonna allow trading of Arbitrum. So some kind of token that just came out right now, and they just had an airdrop. And today they're gonna start. You know, you will be able to both short and long this thing over here. Settlement USD tick size leverage 50x. You can actually, you know, 50x this towards upside and downside. So what's gonna happen? Whether this is actually the real chart up here, the IOUs. This is showing the chart right now. It start up here at 8. Right now it's down at 6 or something like that. I don't know. Market cap is 7 billion, so you know, I don't know how important that is, but I've been seeing a lot of talk about it. So if you wanna trade this on Bybit, you know, you're welcome to do so. But I think it's very interesting that there is literally no chart, you know, that I can find that's actually any kind of decent. And then, as you know, and in the first place after airdrop, this actually, you know, starts is on Bybit. So there you go. But I've seen a lot of talk about this, so I'm a little bit unsure whether they're gonna, you know, put it on Bybit to dump it or put it on Bybit to, you know, pump the price. But the way I see it, I think they might actually want to dump it, because if you get an airdrop, that means you get a lot of coins. And I always say, guys, if you want to manipulate any kind of market, you need to own the underlying value of that thing, right? So if you want to market manipulate gold, you need to own the actual gold. If you own the actual gold, you can actually do it, right? If you want to manipulate Bitcoin, you need to own Bitcoin to manipulate the Bitcoin, right? So after this airdrop, I think a lot of these whales and stuff like that, they do have a lot of you know, Arbitrum, so they might actually, you know, be willing to, you know, manipulate the market. So how do they do that with the future contracts and stuff like that? You know, not financial loss, I don't know actually, you know, but in my mind, the way I see it, if I had a lot of Bitcoin, right, and there was this thing that, sorry, not like, if I had a lot of X coin and X coin had a low volume or low liquidity on exchanges, it would be very easy for me to manipulate if I had a lot of it, right? So if there's a futures exchange where there is actually volume trading the paper contracts, derivatives of this thing underlying value, that's you know, X coin. So all I have to do is on the market start dropping X coin while I'm shorting it on the futures market. So I put huge big shorts on the futures market, and I'm for a fact 100% sure it's gonna go down because I have a lot of value in X coin that I can actually drop on the free market and you know manipulate the price towards downside, right? Because the real, you know, the futures contract don't affect the market. The futures don't affect the market. The real, you know, selling and buying of the spot is affecting the market. So will this drop or not? Will this be a, you know, great short tonight? I don't know. But I thought it was interesting because I'm seeing a lot of, you know, talk about ARB lately. Buy CK Bitcoin and you will be rich. Well, if you buy Hex, you would have been rich already. China and Russia agreed to not use the dollar to trade energy. Yeah, there's also this thing, you know, yeah, but that's geopolitics, so you know, we are not going into that, and that it has not much to do with us, but it has to do with dollars. So a little bit unsure about that. The token isn't out yet. Okay, so they're gonna be trading the IOUs then. So the token isn't out there. If it's not out yet, because if you see up here, you got Arbitrum up here, right? You got Arbitrum and you got Arbitrum IOUs, right? So these IOUs are being traded, and Arbitrum itself is not being traded because. But I think if you own the, you know, the tokens or whatever, right? If you have some kind of, you know, IOUs, you will get the Arbitrum eventually, right? So I'm a little bit unsure when this change is gonna happen. Oftentimes they give it out something and say you're gonna get the real thing later or something like that, right? But you can see up here. Yeah, market data is untraded. It's not out there. Let's see coin paprika. Let's see up here. I've seen Arbitrum. You eat Arbit. I don't know which one of this. This one. I think that's the one. It looks like the one. But I got no chart, nothing, and without its own blockchain, the most actual per hour number is 0. Okay. No, I don't know. I don't want to speculate on that. Within the next few weeks to months, the FUD won't come from Fed; it will come from bad earnings. Yeah, so there is also that thing. We said that in April. There will be a lot of earnings coming out for first quarter. So companies, you know, have these quarterly reports 4 times a year. So after the first quarter, January, February, March, after first 2 weeks, after first 1-2 weeks, they come out with the quarterly reports, and these quarterly reports will be terrible, guys. I think they will be terrible because I don't see economy doing well. Doesn't matter what they say, what they do, the numbers will be bad, but they might might be able to manipulate numbers by firing people. So when you fire people, you pay less. You have to pay less, you know, less money out, and then you balance the sheet, and it looks like you are making money. What they are not taking into account that they've just fired, you know, 10,000 people. So whether that's gonna be this quarter or next quarter, I don't know. For this quarter, for most companies, I think the numbers will be bad. Will be very, very bad. That's why I'm saying also the 20th of April, the new moon and you know, eclipse, you know, might just be the dump moon because of these earning reports. On the other hand, the big companies that they did start, you know, firing people a little while back, they just might have decent reports coming out and still saying that, you know, we are doing well, you know, we are progressing, we are, you know, the earnings are still fine. They might have to do that might be the case because they did fire a lot of people. On the other hand, next month, not next month, next quarter, no, forget about it. But yeah, the earnings are gonna be bad. The earnings are gonna be bad. Yes, dominance will dump hard from now on. There is a broadening wedge to the upside on the daily time frame, and we are at the top. It's not a broadening wedge. It's what most people look like as some kind of expanding musical instrument or a diamond pattern up here. So yeah, we talked about that. So people are looking, you know, for this for bearish hopium, and they're drawing something like this up here, right? This is the bearish hopium. So right now they're hoping that this is gonna be the triangle. Sorry, over here triangle, and that this is gonna be, you know, a reversal pattern up here towards downside. So I don't think this is the case. You know, call me crazy. I don't think this is the case. I don't think this case. I think we broke the trend line towards upside up here. The trend line is broken towards upside. So the pattern up here, the triangle pattern up here, the diamond pattern up here, the reversal pattern everybody's talking about. I think that's you know, fail. Bitcoin dominance is about to fall hard. You think Bitcoin dominance is about to fall hard? So I've seen that, you know, but not everybody's been, you know, talking about dominance. We are looking for when to get the alt season rally. So right now it just might be the case that we are gonna get our alt season rally right now. This on the weekly time frame, as you can see up here, we are a little bit extended from the moving average, so some kind of movement down here might actually happen. Over here we are right now sitting at some kind of 70 levels on the RSI on the weekly time frame. We're a little bit, you know, extended towards the upside up here also on the weekly time frame. So definitely some kind of consolidation might happen. Maybe even a pullback down here on the Bitcoin dominance, which might be actually very, very good for altcoins, especially if Bitcoin continues going towards upside slightly and this moves down. That might actually be very, very, very good. Unless we have a channel on the weekly. Try to draw it. IL, what the heck? IL. Alright, so you're talking to somebody in chat. I thought that was a coin. Yeah, but more fire means less money for people to spend. The contraction must come. Do you know what economy feels like right now? Do you know what economy feels like right now? It feels like economy went something like this. This is right now economy. This is not dominance. This is economy, right? This is what economy feels like, and I'm gonna try to explain with the chart. It feels like economy was good, doing well, and then went up here very fast. And right now it's at some kind of, it went to some kind of top. And what's happening right now is that we are not having this move towards downside economy. What's happening right now is this move up here. And this is exhaustion move to upside. So economy was doing well. Economy was doing well, and right now up here it's not doing technically well anymore, and right now they're manipulating numbers to make it look like it's going towards upside. But this you can also look at this as some kind of spring, right, to, you know, that's loading towards upside, because this move is supposed to do this, right back down. But when it doesn't do that and does this extension move towards upside or downside, you know, these things oftentimes go up very tightly up here and then bam, right back down again, right? So this is what economy looks like on the chart, right? It went up, it was everything was playing good, everybody was, you know, making money, you know, housing was doing good, the unemployment was low, everything. And right now they're manipulating numbers to, you know, show that it looks good, but you know, this move is happening, guys. This move is happening. So it started by going well, and right now this up here, you know, the topping move up here is happening right now, and it looks like it's gonna drop big time towards downside. So this is the economy on the chart right now. We had a big, you know, almost parabolic move towards upside. I would say even a parabolic move towards upside. And then right now we are coming into this, you know, distribution top, where it still goes towards the upside, but it's kind of manipulated. They're trying to keep the people in the, you know, out of the loop. And it's just gonna drop down hard. There were a good review Ted Oakley about this. About what? About economy? I might check it out. I like David Lynn. I don't know about Ted Oakley. Okay guys, we've been streaming for like 1 hour, so there is that. I got not much economy. Okay, so guys, thank you for stopping by. I do hope that Bitcoin breaks the line as we just saw, but you know, it might turn, you know, gray up here. So you see this line up here again, the most important line up here, give or take, it's something like this up here. It looks nicer up here. So over here, this is definitely 100% a short place to short the price right now. Short-term short, you know, scalp, whatever you want to call it. It's not long-term, we are very much bullish. But as soon as this line is broken up here again, either right now or at any kind of late period, once this line is broken towards the upside, it's gonna continue towards the upside. But right now, this looks like a short. You cannot say anything else. Like you had this, you know, support over here. We went down right now, retesting that over here, and then down to, you know, 10K. Yeah, 28.8. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you around. Bye bye. Enjoy, guys. Also check the Bybit, you know, link down below. You know, you can trade Arbitrum. Bye bye.